one of our commenters say, your harvest of worm castings look like uncomposted mulch to me. The goal is black gold.
And the truth is, I used to have a much higher percentage of compost coming out of the bin. But right now, what drops out of the bottom will routinely look like this, with lots of paper, even undigested paper, like this. And the reason is because I overload the bin with the browns. I put in whatever I have for the food waste and greens, and then I just fill the bin completely with the cardboard. That keeps the odor down completely. My bin doesn't smell at all, and it keeps the highest level of production for the worms. In other words, once they've composted everything there is to compost for them, they just start eating their own waste. Basically, I give them extra food, just like if I put extra food on your plate, and you're going to eat as much as you can, and then what's left over, simply put, is still in here.
This commenter says, way to go, keep sharing your thoughts and experiences. Thank you. Okay.
Thanks.
This commenter says, who has leftover pizza past the next breakfast?
Good question. Yeah, not very often.
Alright, this commenter says, we feed plenty of fruit with no flies. You just have to keep a very clean environment and stay on top of it. Nice, beautiful worm castings.
Yeah, well, they certainly love the fruit, and that's cool. For us, I just have 10 times the amount of vegetable scraps that I do fruit. You know, we get our banana peels and we get our apple cores, but I just throw that stuff directly out into the yard or into the garden.
Alright, this commenter says, I raise composting worms. You did a great job sharing your knowledge.
Oh,
Thank
cool.
you.
Yeah, cool.
Alright, this person says, great job by the kid holding the camera all that time. It was refreshing to see someone share the outside of mainstream thinking and process. I'm a sub and see where this all goes. Thank you. I mean, it does also say that
cool.
I did a great job, so that's good. They talked about me.
And we did get a tripod, didn't we?
Yeah, we have a tripod.
So, and you're exactly right about the mainstream thinking. There's a lot of just tons and tons of content rather, out there on how exactly to do this. And, you know, we're learning all the time. We're still learning. For example, I no longer use bread. That's probably been the biggest change.
Why not?
Well, because honestly, a lot of bread has so many preservatives in it to keep it from going bad. They want bread to sit on the shelf for 3 weeks that it literally won't compost. The worms can't break it down. It's a little scary. It makes you want to stop eating bread, but so I just, again, it's kind of like with the fruit. I just stopped messing with it.
This commenter says, fruit waste can be used without risking fruit flies and fungus gnats. I freeze and thaw before feeding. I also add some mosquito bits occasionally that contain a Bt bacteria that kills their larvae.
Cool.
This person says, that looked like all mulch with a few castings. No thanks. I go for pure gold, a bucket. It's full, soft, gentle, dark castings only, which in my opinion is the greatest benefit to worm farming.
Again, that's the same thing.
Yeah, that's,
but I want
we
you to
already
think
talked.
about what do you do with your castings?
Okay.
What do you do with those beautiful castings?
And
You mix it in with your soil,
okay.
or you put it on your soil in your yard and mix it in. Ask yourself, why is it so important to you to have pure casting? Unless you're selling it, there isn't a reason really to care.
Okay. So this one is a big one, but it's a small comment, but it's a big comment like where it's at. Your description of worm tea is not accurate. Brewed tea is very beneficial.
Okay. Yes, several people essentially reacted to me calling worm tea a scam. I should not have called it a scam. A gallon jug will take half a cup of worm castings, which is worth probably about 50 cents or a quarter, depending on how much bulk. But you can get worm castings for 50 cents a piece, per pound. So then they fill it up with mostly water. So my question is, how is a 16-ounce squirt bottle worth $16.95? That's why it's a ripoff. You can buy worm castings and just make it yourself. Now, I do a amazing brew, and like I said, I'm not mad at you if you want to create good worm tea. There's several types of worm tea, and like I said, I'm going to do a video specifically on worm tea. But for the most part, if you're a consumer, it is a ripoff. It costs way too much for what you're actually getting. All right.
Okay.
Who's next, Bub Chub?
All right. So this guy says James is terrible cameraman. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji.
All right, let's move on.
Fuck you.
I thought actually you did pretty damn good. All right,
Okay.
let's move on.
All right. This person says inaccurate. Worm tea is real. Add aeration for 48 hours plus molasses to activate, and it's the best thing you can do for your garden. It's important to share accurate information.
Okay, so again, I'm not saying it's not beneficial, although I wouldn't put it in water for 48 hours with molasses and sell it to someone. That's nothing. That is literally nothing. You want these jugs have been fermenting for months. A little bit of molasses is. Ask yourself, why molasses? What nutrients do plants use that require sugar? They don't. Mostly they want nitrogen, carbon, phosphorus, and potassium. There's none of that in sugar.
We're almost done. Dude, seriously, why are you giving advice about something you don't understand? You have no fruit to entice worms to migrate up. No fruit? What?
Because I don't use fruit. Okay. This is unfortunate. This is just this is one of these comments that you wouldn't make to someone's face. Seriously, dude, you don't really need fruit. If you look at any commercial operation, they never use fruit. They'll chuck in things like animal feed, certain types of manure, peat moss, cornmeal, all that kind of stuff. There is no fruit whatsoever in any big commercial operation. So maybe this guy should call them and explain to them that they don't know what they're talking about.
Okay.
And maybe give them some avocados and some lemons.
All right. This is the final comment. It's great information video about worms. Thank you very much.
Oh, cool. What do you think, James? Enough for now?
Yep, I guess that's enough since we're done with the comments.
So, let us know what you think. Questions, comments, criticisms. Remember, you may not be sharing information with me, but you might be sharing information with another guy just getting started and watching.
Yeah.
The main thing is, don't be scared. Just begin. Use what you have, and just start doing it.
Yeah.
And learn as you go.
Yeah. Okay, so if this video gets enough comments, maybe we will make a part 2, only if the video gets enough comments, which there probably isn't that many. So, yeah, we're probably not going to make a part 2, but if it has enough comments, maybe. Alright, goodbye!